Yo, people, lateness is greatness. Welcome back to the show. All you can eat Chelsea, and we are eating Gucci. We are feasting.
We are feasting.
Look at that. Real meals out here.
Real meals.
It's not a joke today. Make sure you're feasting with us. If you didn't come prepared for the all you can eat Chelsea, what are you doing? Order off the menu. You've got Matisse, Younes and Miz. What do you want? Boys.
You got strawberries and blueberries with me. That's what you got. You got berries.
Berries. He's looking after himself. Fair play.
What are you eating, Younes?
I've got a toasted egg and cheese sandwich this morning.
Okay. I'm going with egg, bacon, and toast. I couldn't get the sausages on quick enough. I was like, you know what? That's going to take a while. They're quite thick. I was like, we've only got 10 minutes until the show. We're going to leave those out today. Whenever you want to eat, gentlemen, just mute yourself. Go for it. Snack away. I hope the chat are doing well.
Oh, mate, shout out. Look at the chat. Shout out Luther. I just had salmon on brioche this morning. Championship meals. Talk about prawn sandwich brigade up in here.
What is he going to eat if we win the Champions League? God,
caviar, mate. Caviar if we win the Champions League.
Salmon on brioche. Oh, wow. That's something.
I didn't know we had our majesty in the building. Welcome. Bloody hell. Pish, posh and all that nonsense. That's beautiful. 100% 5-star restaurant. The Michelin stars are up. Do you know what I mean? Big up to everybody in the chat. Let me see who's here.
Gordon Ramsay, eat your heart out.
Yeah. Literally. I mean, boys, I am yet to recover. Owen, Callum, big up everybody in the chat. I am yet to really recover from that win, do you know? Because, I mean, let's just say it how it is. For me, that was the biggest win and best win of the season, bar none. Yeah. Because you had a situation where you had on the pitch, class, masterclass, even off the pitch, masterclass. I saw a Silva waddle up to Mason Mount and Jorginho and give them the biggest hug I've ever seen in my life.
But that video's gone viral, man. That's everywhere.
Oh, it's gone viral.
That video was beautiful. Beautiful.
That was so nice.
Oh, man. No fans in the ground. That's fine. We'll make our own fans.
Oh, you know what? That video is pretty much how we all felt. Like that was every Chelsea fan out there that just wanted to hug after that, 90 minutes.
And you know what was so great about it is, even before that, the whole game, I did this impression on my review. Thiago Silva, the whole match, just like this. Just like a really impatient dad. That's what I said on my review. He's like, do you know that meme where they push the kid onto the pitch to save the goal? And the boy's in goal and the ball's kicked in his direction. He's not paying attention to this. Dad just pushes him over onto the floor to save the ball. That is basically what Thiago Silva was moving like. I mean, who was everybody's man of the match, first of all? Because mine was Kante. That's why the shirt's up. I just thought Kante was just incredible. I really do.
Kante, I think definitely probably is number one choice. But I don't think you can disregard Rüdiger, man. Rüdiger was hustling the whole game. He pretty much subbed off Suarez. Like, it got so bad when Diego Simeone said, you know what? You are getting bossed, my man. You are getting bossed. Get out of there. Rüdiger was amazing. And that red card, wow. I mean, yes, it was an elbow. But
absolute shithouse. Absolute shithouse.
I loved it.
My God. You know what? Atletico, I didn't say this in my review, but Atletico kind of had that coming because you could see the kind of gameplay that some of their lads were playing in terms of going down easy, trying to get that sort of the side of it of the game on their side. And Rüdiger was like, nah, mate, let me show you how that's done. Yeah. Boom. One little elbow, one tiny little, maybe unintentional elbow. I've been shot, mate. I've been shot. And he just goes full on David Luiz, just without the wink. There was none of this, but you could tell. Absolute
Did you see what he did to Hermoso as well?
Hermoso's getting in his face.
And then he's like,
yeah, go on. Yeah, say what you want. Say what you want. Go on. Love it.
Do you know what? Yeah, there was so much shithousery that took place, and I wasn't expecting it because I've been long since saying this team, they lack a bit of character, they lack a bit of shithousery. When the going gets tough, where is it? Because in that Champions League run, everybody says, oh, potentially there was your John Terrys, there was your Drogbas, there was your shithousery, Ivanovic. I was like, where is that in this team? They seem like a nice team. They weren't nice last night. Rüdiger, Zuma coming like, yeah, do you wanna talk?
A lot,
you know?
a lot.
Bro, it was, and the amount of players we had, they had a fully strength team. I did the preview. They had a fully strength team to pick from. Yeah. We had so many players missing. Mason Mount missing, Jorginho missing, Silva missing, Christensen out, Abraham obviously injured still, and we still managed to turn.
And Matisse, we had a lot of players out of form. Let's face it, Ziyech not in form. You know, Kai Havertz just getting back into full swing of things. Timo Werner, yes, his work rate is great, but his goal scoring. So, man, honestly, that was a colossus victory, like to say the least.
I'm still deciding what to name the damn video because I wanted to go with the Suarez bite thing, but I'm like, I don't even know. Do I even want to give them the airtime? I mean, Suarez, right? I mean, they were limited to 4 shots on target, so it's not our brilliant best. Usually, we don't give teams any shots on target. This Thomas Tuchel Chelsea, but we decided to get generous, get a bit charitable, and we gave them a healthy 4 shots on target. But like you said, it was just such a blessing to see Suarez just isolated the whole match, couldn't get in the game,
manhandled
again. Yeah, literally manhandled. We all remember that Ivanovic fight, right? We all remember it.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, revenge has come. It's come a bit late, but it's definitely come now. You know, don't roost your chickens too early, as they say. That was beautiful, and the fact that he was subbed off early again just showed just how much we wrapped up everybody. I think the standout performances have to go to Rüdiger. I think Zuma was great. Aspie, the whole defense really, and then I think Kante, and I think you know Ziyech.
Shout out to Zuma as well, Matisse. Shout out to Zuma as well. I was very doubtful for him to be in the middle part of that CB. Boy, he stepped up, man. I think
he did.
I think he enjoys the fact that when the team comes at us, it's okay for him to be in the middle because you don't really need to have the ball that much because the opposition's continuously coming at you. It's when we are playing against a low block and he has to play in the middle where he has to then dictate the play. He's got to find the passes. It was a perfect scenario for Zuma.
But what did you guys make of the counter press? Because I thought that was incredible. You know, Kovacic and Kante in the midfield, that was mad. And I worried, without Mason Mount, would the same intensity be in that midfield? Would Ziyech coming into that midfield for what would usually be Mason Mount, would we have the intensity? They were intense the whole game. It was like literally Rottweilers off a chain. Just every time we lost the ball, surround, hounded them. It was beautiful, you know. And to be fair, usually my issue with those two playing together is that they'll both go and they'll leave gaps in the middle for Felix in between the lines, and none of them's really a natural sitter. To be fair to them, last night they took turns. If Kante stayed, Kovac went and dribbled through the lines and pressed, and vice versa as well. Kante had loads of moments where he broke through, just like a kid in a candy store on a sugar rush, just broke through and just went on his little mazy runs. And I was like, that is the Kante I want to see. That is the Kante. And do you know what is so great? Is regardless of the 2 masterclasses, Jorginho's been performing great under Tuchel as well. So when I mean, we all worried about this midfield dynamic so much. Even me, I was like, okay, cool. You know, maybe we need some communication, some physicality in there, and maybe we still do. But it just goes to show you can get something out of these players. These are quality footballers, all of them. You know, we give them. I give them a hard time, but they're still internationals that you can get. You can get competition out of them. You can get a competitive team out of them. You know,
that's the thing. You know. Many of these players, even from ages ago when we weren't performing as well, many of us were saying, these are quality players. We shouldn't be struggling the way we're struggling. And now, when we're seeing lads like Mason Mount or Jorginho out of the team because they're suspended, and then we're seeing performances like yesterday where, as you've said, you know, Kante especially, absolute machine. I mean, that run in the last second, I mean, to do that in the 94th minute, unreal. What an absolute engine. Kovacic is the same, and shout out as well to Havertz, Ziyech, as well as Timo Werner, of course, up top. But you know, the entire midfield was just spot on. The tactic was spot on, and I think we need to give kudos to the one man that has made all this happen. That's Thomas Tuchel. Tuchel has transformed us, man. He's taken us, and many people thought, you know what, this is just a honeymoon period. No. It's not a honeymoon period. It's an everlasting honeymoon. Done, mate. That is it. We're sticking with this. And yesterday really gave us that belief that 2 things. firstly, no matter what 11 Thomas Tuchel chooses now, I'm cool. I'm confident. He could play. He could bring on 11 academy kids, and I'd be like, you know what? I got faith in you, mate. I've got no worries with whoever he chooses now. Clearly, everyone in the squad is capable and, you know, able to go and do a top job at the highest level when we need it the most. And secondly, the way that we're playing, Stamford Bridge is on its way to becoming a fortress again. I'm telling you, we do not concede. We do not lose games. Get in there.
Three things that stuck out for me massively post that match. First of all, as Younes said, it does not matter which personnel plays now, because every person knows what the role requires in each of the position. So as Younes said, you can take Timo Werner out and chuck in someone else. They will know what to do in that role. You can take away Kante, put someone else. They will know exactly what to do in that role. So that's one thing. Second thing that I want to say is that, you know, in regards to what Tuchel said post-match, how he said that whatever the draw is next up, I assure you, no one wants to face us. And that speaks volume to me, because we've gone from almost everyone wanting to face us in December when the draw was happening, and Atletico Madrid were licking their lips. They can't wait to face us, to a point where I think Tuchel's right. Not a single team out there will be going, you know what? We want to face them. I'm even sure, as much as Bayern probably fancies themselves against everyone, but even in their back of their mind, they'd be like, you know what? We may want to just avoid them for the time being. We'll try and negotiate past them a bit later on, because we are playing a brand of football right now, which is, boys, get this. Atletico Madrid over 2 legs, we conceded 0 goals and we won 3-0 in aggregate. And we totally outplayed them. I mean, can we take a moment of silence to just sing that? Because I did not think that this was going to happen. We literally, we bamboozled them.
Bro, from the start of the game, the first leg, to the end of the second leg, we dominated.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah. That is it. We dominated. Yeah. On the ball, off the ball, we always had control. We were
La Liga leaders. La Liga leaders. La Liga leaders.
Well, that league's got a lot to answer for now, because
that, honestly, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That was it. That was, you know, we counter pressed well. We had possession. We zipped it around the back. I was worried, okay, we have no real ball playing centre back. No Thiago Silva, no Christensen. I've got Zuma, Rüdiger, Azpilicueta. None of them would I pigeonhole and give them the tag of being a ball playing centre back. But we still continuously played the ball out from the back. They stuck to the principles. They stuck to the instructions. And to be fair to Atletico, they were a lot more aggressive in the first half than they were in the first half of the last game. Last game, they sat back. They were conservative. They were cautious. They were, you know, Boris Johnson after he screwed up the second time. Very, very, very cautious, very worried, very afraid. This time, 2021, all guns blazing. You know, it was nuts. But fair play to us. We kept playing the ball out the back. We got round the press. And then once we escaped the press, we was in behind. And then you have ball carriers like Kante, like Kova, who can run, do damage, and then you start distributing to the front three. I thought it was brilliant.
I want to add as well. Sorry, I want to add. It's really nice to know that now in this Chelsea team, we can adapt mid-game to a different style of football if we have to. You know, we keep the ball, we keep control when we play our game in terms of possession and trying to get the ball into good spaces, cool. But when we have to, you know, shit house it, and we have to defend and think of hit the counter, it's nice to know we're lethal and that is still in our DNA, because I was worried that was gone. And yesterday proved we've still got it in the tank, man. We still got it.
Chelsea old boys, thank you for the super chat.
Matisse, just quickly as well, the third thing that I wanted to say was, have you noticed it doesn't matter who's missing anymore? Before we used to get worried that, Thiago Silva's out. Oh, man, what are we going to do now? Mason Mount's out. Oh, man, what are we going to do now? You know, so-and-so out. It doesn't matter anymore. Thomas Tuchel said every player is hungry. Every player, when they get the opportunity, they want to grab it with their 2 hands. So this is incredible. What we're building right now in the team, this morale, this sort of confidence factor, I'm telling you, it's going to go a long way. Because when you have a squad full of hungry players, You are there in every competition. Top 4 is still up for grabs. FA Cup is still up for grabs. Champions League, I'm telling you, good luck to anyone that faces us next up. Like, I know we're worried about X, Y, and Z, but good luck to them.
We're actually starting to see the depth that we spoke about. Chelsea have so much depth. Chelsea have so much depth. Now, everybody's actually playing, well, not even, I wouldn't even say everybody's playing to their potential. You know, Ziyech, this is his first real proper game. Cool. You know, Kai Havertz, he's only just getting back into it. Timo Werner, haven't seen the best of him yet. Pulisic, haven't seen the best of him yet. We're playing like this, and we still haven't seen the best out of our attackers, in my opinion. So
incredible.
The depth in this team, now we're starting to see, okay, maybe there is depth, because when everyone actually plays properly from the back to the midfield, there is depth. You see Emerson come in, have one touch, and it's a goal. I think, I mean, someone's, this super chat here, Chelsea old boys, apart from a back 4, do we need another centre-back at the back 3? I think if they continue to play like this until the end of the season and we win the FA Cup, or dare I say it, we get to the semi-final or the final of the Champions League, I actually think under Tuchel, I would say cool. If he wants to keep this group of centre-backs, I mean, it's really up to him, right? If he manages to get us in the top 4, win us a cup, and God knows what happens in the Champions League, I think he deserves to do whatever he wants in terms of restructuring the squad, because he actually knows, he's got experience, he knows what he's doing. But I would like to see if he would allow it to keep these centre-backs. And that's crazy coming from me. But if they keep up what they're doing, they are the lack of goals they've conceded, they are on course to beat our defensive record set under Mourinho.
Yeah, that's
incredible.
With the way that they've been going.
That's outrageous.
Bro,
you know
conceded, what? How many? Is it 2 goals?
2, yeah.
2 goals in 13 games.
13 matches.
If they were to even if they were to double that, if they were to keep going in that similar vein, they would actually eclipse and defeat our defensive record under Mourinho, where we conceded 15 goals in the league. That's how good they've been. So I can't turn around. If they were to keep these clean sheets going until the end of the season, I can't say anyone needs to be replaced. I'm not getting rid of Christensen when he's playing like this. I'm not getting rid of Rüdiger when he's playing like this. Zuma is more than good enough to be a squad player. Thiago Silva, new contract, and you've got Ampadu and Guehi to come into that as well. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. You've got
all that money on Haaland, baby. Put all that money on Haaland.
All the money on Haaland. If they keep going like this, you've got the future in Mark Guehi and Ampadu, who could play in the back 3, and I think Tuchel would do wonders with both of those guys. They're both different. One's incredibly strong, and Ampadu, we know his talents as well in a back 3. We've seen it at Leipzig and Sheffield United in very small glimpses. I think Tuchel would do very well with him. And then you've already got the seniors that you've already done wonders with. And if they're showing if you're telling me this is the Rüdiger we're going to get, that bosses and bullies and manipulates people on the pitch, right? Manipulates referees, bullies them, bullies Suarez, and is just an absolute tank. And is actually carrying the ball. Can we give credit? He's actually carrying the ball.
Yeah.
He's actually carrying the ball. If that's the Rüdiger I'm going to get...
Without a mistake.
Yeah, without a mistake. If I'm going to get that Rüdiger with Mark Guehi deputising as a left footer, or both dual-footed centre-back, I've got Thiago Silva on a new contract and Christensen just below him, and I've got Azpilicueta and Zuma doing great things, and Ampadu's there as well. Don't
forget, we've got Tomori that might not happen. We won't really think about that. But we've also got Malang Sarr. He's on loan. He's our player. We won't have to spend a penny. We won't have to spend a penny. So yeah, go all out on Erling Haaland. But I do want to say one thing, because you mentioned the Mourinho record. The fact that and someone put it in the comments. I forgot who it was. But since Tuchel's come in, yes, Senaleb, thank you very much. He's put, since Tuchel's come in, we've conceded 2. Man City have conceded 7. And the fact that you've said this could eclipse Mourinho's record, how many times have we said no one is touching that record ever? Yeah, 15 goals in the season, conceded, no one's touching it. Now we're looking at ourselves and going, you know what? We'll just do it again. We'll do it ourselves. Yeah, no one can do it. We'll do it ourselves. Hold my beer. We'll do it ourselves.
And did you see Mendy's save against Felix? I think as well. Mendy's big save.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. If he keeps playing the way he is, leave him in goal. Leave him in goal, because his ball playing ability is very underrated. He had to start that from the back to last night, and he had to start all the attacks from the back. And he was very comfortable again. For all the times that we say Mendy scares us, he's actually never made a massive error.
Yeah,
he hasn't. I can't remember one. Not on the ball. He's made massive errors when he's come out out of his jurisdiction, and he said, "You know what? I feel like going on an adventure." And then he goes on an adventure like Dora the Explorer, and he loses his backpack, and then he starts fouling people and giving away penalties. He had that little spell where he did that. That's where his individual mistakes have come from. He hasn't made a mistake on the ball, not that I can remember, that's led to a goal. So for all the time we talk about new goalkeepers and Donnarumma and talking to be honest, I don't want Raiola in this club if he doesn't have to be in it too much. So Haaland, I'd say you actually have to be in the club. If you've got a goalkeeper like Mendy who has an understanding with that back three, a relationship with that back three, and it's just great vibes as well, keep him in the team. Don't add Raiola in this club, mix him with more than you have to. There's no need, in my opinion. So, and obviously Donnarumma, you know, I know he's free, but he's going to be on stupid wages. Let's not ever forget that. He will be on 350k a week, and we've still got another young goalkeeper in Kepa. I'm not expecting Donnarumma to do a Kepa. I don't think that's possible. But you know, when you've got another young goalkeeper on, I don't know how much money, you know, let's focus on getting him out first before we talk about bringing another young one in. But I mean, Emerson showing our strikers how it's done. I'm not going to lie. I'm ready for him to start up front against Sheffield United.
You know what? I said that. But just quickly on that Mendy thing as well. I think it's good to see that the defenders really appreciate him as well. Like the defenders look back at him and really, really appreciate a colossus keeper like that at the back. You can see the camaraderie between the defenders and the goalkeeper is very strong as well. I think it's about time we start putting a lot more respect on Mendy's name, because I see every other week, you know, the Donnarumma name comes up and how Chelsea's number one is still up in the air. I think we really need to start saying that Mendy is number one. He's number one.
Oh, yes.
He should be number one next season. Yeah. And, you know, we need to now stop talking about all these other keepers to come in and then take that spot, because we're not sure as yet. I think we are sure. All the clean sheets that we've kept under Thomas Tuchel so far, and also under Frank Lampard, you know, Mendy's played a massive part in it. And as you said, Younes, that shot against João Felix, you know, Atletico Madrid didn't have that many chances, but the one time that they did have a proper chance, Mendy made sure that there was nothing made out of it. So that's the kind of keeper you want, because sometimes the defense can do as much as they can, but there may be that one opportunity where the opposition gets, and that's when you want that keeper to make that clutch save right at the end to ensure, basically telling the defenders, I got you, boys. You do your thing. I got you. If you haven't, I got your back. So defenders take massive, massive confidence out of that, thinking, you know what, if we give you 120%, and by one little percentage here and there, it does go past us, this guy, no one can go past this guy. So, that's a bit about Mendy. But yeah, in regards to Emerson, I said it as well, that maybe he needs to start against Sheffield United. But you know, how do you do that when you have three left backs, right? So obviously Alonso, I thought he had a very good game again against Atletico Madrid. Obviously, you know, probably Chilwell will get the start against Sheffield United, but I would like to see Emerson get squeezed in somewhere, like maybe in the left centre back, maybe in the wing somewhere. I mean, I think he deserves to play.
I mean, you know what? Realistically, I wouldn't mind seeing Emerson, especially after yesterday. It's funny, someone put that he's got a stat. He's got the most goals per minute at Chelsea now. Because he came on and just scored straight away. But with Emerson,
that's it.
I would like consider, but the reality is it's still a quarter final of the FA Cup against, and it's Sheffield United, which is why
I'm not playing about. You're literally one step from Wembley.
Exactly. So I do think we'll see Chilwell. Obviously, Alonso played this one. I think we'll see Chilwell.
International break after. I think we should actually go and hammer them. I want us to hammer them. We need goals in this team. We have
perfect time to hammer them as well. They don't even have a coach or manager.
We need to hammer them.
If Leicester could do what they did to them, I mean, honestly, there is no reason why we shouldn't destroy them. Especially after yesterday's confidence and our booster, there is no reason why we shouldn't destroy them. The end of this season is looking really, really good, man. Honestly, I'm so optimistic about the way this is going to end now. And about the comment on the screen, because it's saying, what if when Mendy goes for the AFCON, which is next season, so just let you know, or when Caballero leaves the club and Kepa is gone by that time, well, we got Czech. He'll just come down from the boardroom, put his gloves back on, and it's all good.
How long is that for? Like a month?
Yeah, that is my only worry.
3 weeks, 4 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kepa can We need to back Kepa for at least 3 to 4 weeks.
No.
Look, you know what? He's done all right since Tuchel's taken over.
He has, but there's no. My only thing with Kepa is there's no need to have a goalkeeper as backup on that type of money. It's just irresponsible financially.
Fair enough.
He just needs to go. He's not a back. He wasn't signed to be a backup goalkeeper. He was signed to be first choice. If he's not going to be first choice, then he has to go and find a new club. He's been trying to get in that Spain team with De Gea making a mess for the last few years. He needs regular football to be anywhere near playing.
Who's going to go?
We have to sign someone.
No, he's leaving at the end of the season.
We have to sign someone.
So we'd have to sign someone.
But you can get a very, if they don't get Donnarumma, you can get a very steady Premier League goalkeeper. That would do a solid job. Remember, if this team's not conceding no shots on target, then you don't need a world-class goalkeeper to fill in for Mendy.
Newcastle goalkeeper, apparently he's got massive save percentages. That Newcastle goalkeeper. I don't know, I could be wrong, but there was some Premier League stats that he's got massive save percentage and this and that. Obviously, they let in a lot of goals as well, but because they have so many shots conceded against them, he's one that sort of rings a bell.
It's like we can stick Thiago Silva in goal. He looked like a goalkeeper yesterday in the stands. He was just
exactly. It's true. Yeah, he was almost getting ready for his positioning. Someone says here, would you take Felix instead of Haaland? Absolutely not.
No.
Would you, and someone asked earlier, would you take Aguero? Absolutely not. So there you go.
I mean, look, Aguero on a free transfer, because it'll be at the end of his contract. If we have difficulties with Haaland, right? I'm not completely all for it, but having Aguero, why not?
It's not even the same stratosphere because Aguero is on the downturn. He's getting injuries every 5 minutes.
Is he 34? He's 34, right?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know how he's 34.
Yeah, I think so.
If Giroud wanted to leave and he was replaced with Giroud, maybe. But the type of wages Aguero is going to command. Nah. I don't want.
I'd rather just keep Giroud. Like if that's the case, I'd just keep him.
If he sticks around,
Giroud is more of, I think, just behind the scenes is going to be better as a fringe player than Aguero would be. I just think Haaland and bust. I'm not interested in anybody else.
Haaland is the key. We need Haaland.
You can't tempt me with anyone. There's no name you could put in that chat. Not even Messi.
Bro, there's some talks about Lukaku. Is that legit though? Would you get excited about Lukaku?
I don't think it's legit. So I'm not gonna.
There's no way. There's no way that happens.
I don't think that can happen. Antonio Conte, he didn't do all that.
For Chelsea's face, for the fact that we got rid of Lukaku, and now we're gonna have to sign him back for 80 million or something. And on top of that, our crazy, really bad relationship with the club and Antonio Conte, there is no way in hell if Lukaku was the last footballer on earth, they wouldn't sell him to us.
And when he wanted Lukaku, and we didn't give it to him, now
we gave him Morata. We gave him Morata, bruv.
Who made that deal for him, bro? I reckon he looked at that and he's like, "Oh, you did me dirty, big time. You did me dirty. I wanted Lukaku, and he gave me Morata."
Do you know what's coming up as well tomorrow, which is the Champions League draw? Who does everybody want now? Because for me, I want the easiest route possible. I don't care about playing. I'm not gonna lie, we haven't played Real Madrid since 1998 or something. I heard. I'd like to get either Porto or Real Madrid. I think
Dortmund. I would take Dortmund. I think Dortmund. We can beat them. We'll beat Dortmund.
Yeah, we can. The problem with Dortmund is Erling Haaland, and every time we play a player that we want or that we're interested in, whether it's Mo Salah for Basel, Willian at Shakhtar, or anyone for that matter, even Torres at Liverpool, they always do us dirty in the Champions League. And I think Haaland would score.
But you know what, Matisse? I want to see that. I want to see the whole thing about Haaland coming up against our defense that has only let in 2 goals. I want to see how he copes with that. And on top of that, I think Dortmund is a team. They're quite rubbish in the middle and in the back. Let's be honest. They've got quite a lot of quality players, but they don't play as a team. We play as a team. I can easily see us not conceding anything against these guys and really just putting them away over 2 legs. Porto, I know a lot of people are saying Porto. Watch that game against Juventus. They're very structured, man. They're very, very structured.
Oh, I have no doubt. They're a good team, but we're in the quarterfinals now. If you can't beat Porto, then you don't deserve to be talking about winning Champions Leagues. My whole thing is that we just had the most difficult tie you could get in the round of 16. We deserve potentially the easiest tie in the round of 8. That's how I'm moving.
You know what? I'd even take Liverpool. Some people are saying Liverpool.
Benfica,
yeah, I would take Liverpool.
Liverpool as well. We played Benfica at this stage when we won the Champions League. Nobody said, oh, well, it's a shame we didn't get Bayern Munich, isn't it? I don't give a rat's ass. I want the easiest fixture. I want the semi-final draw. Because as soon as you get to the semi-final, you can win it. That is when you can say, okay, cool, forget it. There's no such thing as favourites now. Semi-finals, you can win it. Because you're literally 2 games, 180 minutes away, the Atletico away and home tie from winning the Champions League.
Simple that's true. That is true.
So we just need to get to the semi-finals, and then I'll start believing that we can win it. Because I have never gone into a semi-final as a Chelsea fan not thinking we can win it. Because you're just too close. You're too close. True. You're literally so close that you can almost touch it. So for me, I'll take Porto, slap them up, and I don't care about it. I will have no shame. I will shamelessly act like as if we just beat Henry and Arsenal, the Invincibles. I don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want City. I don't want Bayern. In fact, I want those two to get each other. The amount of corruption.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
That'd be beautiful.
Oh my God.
Knock each other out, bro. I think
that would be class.
Are they going to do the draw where you get each side?
So basically, there's no like structure to it. It's just take the ball out of the pot now because anyone can get anyone.
So they're not going to do the quarterfinal and semi-final draw together.
The semi-final draw is with it. Yeah.
Porto,
we'll find out our route.
Porto, Chelsea, Liverpool,
Real
Madrid in the same side. That's what I want to see.
That would be
then talk to me about winning. If we get that, I'll get on board with we can win it.
I can't believe we're having this conversation right now.
It's insane.
Like I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Very different.
This is mad.
Man City and Bayern Munich.
No, you know what?
If we're on the same side as Man City and Bayern Munich,
just a couple of months ago, there is no way that we would even think of be talking like this. And this is where we are. Honestly, you know what's funny? You mentioned the whole Borussia Dortmund thing, and I agree. I think we should look at it from the flip side as well. You know, we're looking at it as, Haaland playing against us, or he might score. I think we should flip it. You know, Haaland's playing against our defense. He ain't scoring now. He ain't scoring now.
This is how I'm thinking.
But you know what? I can see where Matisse is coming from, where he says that players we go on to sign always score against us. Well, that's fine. Yeah. He can score a goal against us, not a problem. But we'll outscore them.
Do you remember Diego Costa when he knocked us out as well? Penalty.
Yeah, I remember that. But he already played for us, isn't it?
No, he signed for us that summer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm thinking. Yeah. You're right.
He scores against us, and then Mourinho signs him with Fabregas and Felipe Luis. Felipe Luis was also in that game. So I'm not trying to continue this juju. Okay, I've seen enough. I have seen enough. I can reel off a stupid amount of examples. I have seen enough.
But you know what, Matisse? I feel like whoever gets Dortmund next up, I think that's the end of the road for Dortmund.
You think so?
Look, realistically, Dortmund are only where they are now because of Erling Haaland. It's as simple. If they did not have Haaland, they would have been knocked out in the group stage.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
Samuel Eto'o into Milan. I'm just saying, I'm not interested in this juju. This juju. I'm not doing it. I'm telling you, I could do this all day.
But you know what? I think if we get Porto, good draw. If we get Borussia Dortmund, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah. If we get Real Madrid, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And Liverpool, I'm okay with that. I think there is a whole Premier League, La Liga thing here. You know, even Real Madrid, don't get it twisted. We saw them against Atalanta. They're not special. They're not special. They are beatable. And the season they've had, especially in La Liga, has been all over the place. Right now, La Liga teams, left, right, and centre, are looking brittle. I think if we play against them, we can do a job on them. Another outsider is PSG, I just want to say, because Tuchel knows them. So that is another one.
That's who we're going to get.
That's my gut feelings telling me PSG as well.
I don't want PSG next. I really don't want PSG next.
We're going to get them. Watch. They're going to do it. Tuchel returns home and he faces his former employers, you know, and his former name.
Not yet.
And
Semi-finals
goes home. Thiago Silva goes home. They're going to put us against PSG. I'm telling you now. UEFA is scripted. We will be playing PSG. I'm telling you that.
The PSG are the new UEFA loaner, guys.
It's just that is just them. But like, we won't get Real Madrid because we never get Real Madrid. We never do. Yeah, we never do. Yeah. We never play Real Madrid. I think we're gonna get PSG. That's the story they want.
You know what? PSG are really beatable. Again, similar to Dortmund. They've got Mbappe. That's it. You know, they've got Mbappe. You look at them in Ligue 1 over in France and the way that they've been playing. I mean, they lost their last game at home. You know, I mean, fair play. Di Maria got taken off because he had to go home with what happened to his house and his family and all that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, they look basic. They're not even first in Ligue 1. Lille are first in Ligue 1. So it just, if you shut Mbappe off, Neymar, I don't know if he'll be there, if he might not be there, I don't know. But regardless, if you shut that attack off, which with our defense, I think we can deal with any attack in the world right now. There may be except Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich scare me, I'm not going to lie. But we can handle them. We can handle them.
You know, Matisse, you know where, and Younes as well, you know where we are really, really looking good, which is surprising for me, is we've been very good in midfield, and that's how we've been nullifying teams. We're not really letting them play football. We're boxing them in. We're keeping them in their own half. We're not letting them shoot. And that's where I feel very comfortable against some of these teams that you guys have mentioned, like Liverpool, you know, the likes of Dortmund, Porto, Real Madrid. If we can dominate with our midfield and really keep it structured and keep it compact, these guys will not have much to say. Now, teams like Bayern Munich, where they have so much quality all over the pitch, that then becomes very difficult to stop. Man City is another team where there's just too much movement. Every player is just too good. And man-to-man right now, we do have few weaknesses here and then. Those two teams could probably find out those weaknesses. But anyone else, even PSG, as you said, Younes, overall, as a team, as a unit, I think we could take them as well. But I do want to keep away from them. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to keep away from them.
I said the same thing on the byline last night. I'm at that stage though where my expectation was that we would get to the quarterfinal at the start of the season. That was what I wanted to reach as my expectation, because we haven't reached this stage since the 13-14 season. We played PSG and Denver Bar should have scored. Now, if we were to go to the semis, that's above expectations. So I am just happy to see that we've finally made progress and we're starting to get into that hat of top 8 clubs in Europe. That's where we want to be every season now.
That's where we should be.
That's where we should be. Minimum top 8 clubs in Europe every season. We shouldn't be getting knocked out in the first knockout round of the Champions League. Minimum quarterfinals. And be honest, Chelsea of old used to hit semi-finals on a regular.
Yeah.
Just churning them out. Semi-final appearances. Like as if it was just like, just going to the kitchen. Do you know what I mean?
Light work.
Regular. That's all it was.
Just going to the kitchen. Just going to the kitchen.
Episode. Yeah, just go into the kitchen before an all-you-can-eat episode. Just regular stuff. It wasn't a big thing, you know. I'm very much looking forward to it. Someone says, Bayern are obviously the team everyone's afraid of. They're still very leaky at the back as well. We went through it was it yesterday on the byline or was it on my show? But we went through their defensive record and it's not good in Bundesliga this season. They've been very leaky.
Yeah, they've been leaking goals.
Yeah,
but they're a different beast in Europe, Matisse. For some reason, they're a different team in Europe. They're ruthless, man. Yeah. I didn't see their score. What was their score, by the way? How much did they beat?
They trashed last year, I think. I think there was quite a bit, I think, from what
Lazio, they beat 4-1 in the first leg. I think they only won 1-0 yesterday, though.
Yeah, but on aggregate still.
5-1 on aggregate, though.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, back onto yesterday's game. Werner, Ziyech, and Havertz. What a performance from those.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
Miz, do you want to do a monologue on Ziyech? Because listen, we've been waiting. We have been waiting.
You know what? It's so funny. Literally 30 seconds before he scored, I tweeted out saying, "Man, has he landed any passes? What's his passing accuracy in that particular match?" And literally 30 seconds later, that counter happens and he tracks along with Timo Werner and he scores. And everyone started taking my tweet and like, this aged well, just like, they do in Twitter. But man, I was so much overjoyed. I was jumping up and down. I was so excited because you guys both know, and Matisse, you know from a long time ago, I've got this special feeling towards Ziyech. You know, I don't normally get biased about players. I'm not one of those guys that, you know, will do propagandas for X, Y, and Z and do propagandas for a youth and one. I'm just not that type of a guy. Like, I mean, you know, I've gone past that, but for some reason, I'm emotionally attached with this particular player, and I think it's because that video. I think I might have mentioned to you guys when I saw that video where Ajax made that video and how his mum was saying all that stuff to him, and sort of, you know, wishing him the best of luck in London. And the guy was in tears, and he didn't speak for like 2-3 minutes, and he was just looking at his mum and listening to what he was saying. And I connected with that for some reason. I felt like, you know, we've always had, like, you know, our mothers give us that speech that we're there with you, we are behind you, do what you want to do in life, go out there, I'll protect you. Do you know what I mean? And I felt like I connected with him, and at that point I realized this guy cannot fail. He cannot fail. God will not let him fail, because the mother's blessing is there. Yeah, you cannot fail, my son. You cannot fail. And his tears were saying something to me. His tears were saying, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to annihilate EPL, and I'm going to take over Europe. So, you know what? It's been tough. It's been a very tough season. And a lot of people have been saying to me, especially the Ajax fans, some of the Ajax fans that I know, they've been saying that he had a similar first season at Ajax. The very first season that he was in Ajax, he had a similar season where he was, you know, just getting used to it, you know, just adapting to the league. And I hope, you know what, once again, massive thank you to Thomas Tuchel for backing him when he doesn't deserve to start. Let's be honest, Callum Hudson-Odoi probably deserved to start against Atletico Madrid if we're talking about meritocracy. But kudos to Thomas Tuchel, who said, I played Ziyech because of the experience in the Champions League. This lad knows how to play Champions League. And, I mean, once again, how can you not trust someone like Thomas Tuchel? He gets backed up by Ziyech with the first goal. Yes, it wasn't clinical, but he gets it. He gets it. He was there.
I didn't mind. I was just happy to see him in the box. That's what I need. I need him to be, you know, everyone was saying, oh, well, Ziyech, you know, against Leeds, we shouldn't expect him to be in the box. He's an outside the box. You are not anything. You are a Chelsea player, and you need to be in the box. That's it. Like, you're not... There's no such thing as, oh, I'm an outside the box type player, so I'm not going to make the run into the box. You make your run into the box, you will get rewarded. It's as simple as that, you know? Marcus Alonso is living proof. And that goal was just, it was fantastic because, like I said, you know, Werner made his run. It was a great ball from Kai into Werner in behind, and then he slid it across, and there was Ziyech. And it was actually quite reminiscent of the goal where I think Lampard...
Drogba.
Yeah. Ramirez on the left. I think it was it? And then Drogba back post. Yeah.
2012, by the way. Yeah, 2012.
I think it was against Barcelona. So, you know, it was that was the type of goal that it was, and I needed him in the box for it. You know, if Ziyech is not going to be his, you know, magical self, then I need him to be putting in the hard graft that the Masons do, that the Timos do. I need him to be in the box, getting those scrappy goals, because they all count. I do not care how it goes in, especially in the Champions League. I don't need it to be a long range belter against Valencia. If you need to scrap it home, go for it. Do you know what I mean?
And the other one as well, Matisse, in the second half, he was slowly coming into game, and he put a nice bender just outside of the box, and Oblak had to palm that off. I was thinking, oh my days, this is about to go in. This is about to go in. What was your reaction, by the way, Younes, in the watch along? Were you like thinking that was going in?
I thought it was going in. It reminded me of the goal that I scored with him on FIFA. You know, where I hit it from like 40 yards and he bent it into the top corner. And I was like, yes, this is what Ziyech does. When I saw that shot go off, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. And then he made the save, Oblak being Oblak. But the day that goes in, we celebrate, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be great because it will come. At some point, it will come. Just a weird one as well. A funny stat. Seeing we're talking about, you know, past performances and whatnot, like the Barcelona one again with Didier Drogba. I don't know if you saw the additional tweet to Dubois' magical thread. You think?
I haven't seen it. No. That thread looks like it's going to go on forever.
Yeah, this things are aligning. But the last time that we won both legs in a knockout phase, it's only happened twice for us. At last time, Benfica 2012.
Wow. He just keep adding them, man. Keep adding them.
Just keep adding.
You know what? It's a challenge for you guys. Think about what you did in 2012 and just see if those things are happening again in this year. Just go, yep, Younes did this, Matisse did this, Miz did this.
Mate, yesterday I put on my my old 2012 Samsung jumper that I had from back then. Great charm, great good luck charm. I wear it, boom, we knock Atletico out. I'm gonna be wearing it from now on until the final.
So that's brilliant, man. We're gonna go all the way to the final winner.
Christian says, why does Kante hate Chelsea? New fan. I mean, that's a long story. Basically, he got into a dispute with the club over finances of, it was just how his contract was going to be paid out and all these things. And he was a bit of a mess in the second season because he wasn't backed with the players that he wanted, kind of threw his toys out the pram, and then we ended up finishing like 5th or something. So it's a long story. There's probably a thread on Twitter about it. I'm not going to explain it.
Google it up.
It's way off topic.
I'm sure there's articles as well.
Basically,
there's definitely articles on it.
Basically, him and Chelsea went to court, and I don't think it's even settled yet. So yeah,
probably not. Yeah, if we're talking about that, it's probably not even settled yet. It's probably still going on.
Wasn't it settled? I'm pretty sure it hasn't been settled.
It probably has been.
I'm pretty sure it hasn't been settled.
I mean,
Porto, Benfica, Portuguese teams in this round. It's the same story. I'd love to see
Benfica.
No, not Benfica. Porto.
Yeah,
Benfica's in.
Benfica in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Benfica out.
Last
time.
we
had Benfica in the quarterfinals in 2012 when we won it.
If we get Porto,
I don't know.
You can't be reading this.
I don't know whether I should laugh or should I cry. Should I wish you all the best or should I celebrate?
Thank you for the super chat. We skip.
I mean, I'm sorry about that. But I'm not gonna lie. That does make me more confident.
I don't know what to do.
That's one coincidence. I don't think we should take that coincidence.
My cat died in 2012. Her kitten died this year. Well, if it means the Champions League comes home, then sacrifices were made.
Look, my condolences. My condolences, because I know what that feels like. But man, that's a hell of a That's a hell of a
last year. You lost your cat last year.
I lost mine September 1st. Yeah. Yeah. But that's a hell of a comment.
Yeah. Paid 9 million, yeah, so it's settled. You got a nice bag out of it. You got a nice bag. I mean, what do we do now? Because everybody's gonna ask this question. How does Mason Mount get back into the team? How's Jorginho? How's Silva? The answer is there is no answer, right?
That's resolved. Tuchel's resolved it. The answer is we no longer have to worry.
Yeah.
Whoever he chooses, we're cool.
Yeah.
So it's not done. We no longer need to worry about selections and the first 11 and the lineup when it comes out and the panic. No. Whatever 11, cool. Up to Chelsea. Done.
I do want to say this though. Maybe this is a topic that we can probably talk about. Is we are in a massive high at the moment. Yeah, we've just beaten Atletico Madrid over 2 legs. We're in a massive high. And the whole Champions League sort of chapter can be sort of put aside for the time being. Obviously, the draw is going to happen tomorrow. We do have some big sort of Premier League games because we're not in top 4 as yet. We haven't confirmed top 4, and I just hope. Obviously, the Sheffield United game in the FA Cup. Hopefully, the boys are buzzing for that to go to the semi-finals and then finals and then win it. But the Premier League, I just hope that off the back of us being so high, that Tuchel just gets the lads together and go, it ain't over. Season's not over.
I spoke to Anita on this a couple of weeks ago in a review where we spoke about the need for playing Champions League with Premier League and will it jeopardize our Premier League form in terms of finishing top 4. I prefer to look at it like this. If we're still in the Champions League, which we are, and we're going for top 4, Tuchel's team talks are very simple. If you want to play the Champions League game, go out and win that Premier League game. Because if you let me down in the Premier League, you're not playing the Champions League. Simple as that. That is enough motivation for everybody now. And that is how you juggle multiple competitions. I keep saying it. We have the depth. You don't enter the Champions League to get knocked out of it. You go on all fronts. This is Chelsea Football Club. You go on all fronts and you use the Champions League as ammunition and motivation in the Premier League. This team will not, for me, start tap dancing in the Premier League and then start performing in the Champions League because you won't play. He just won't play you. Simple as that. We've got 3 very winnable games. The next 3 games in the Premier League, I think Brighton, West Brom, and
Brighton, West Brom.
West Brom first, Crystal Palace, then Brighton.
Yeah,
2 of them are at home.
9 points. 9
2 of them are
we
at
need
home.
to win.
9 points.
But then
9 points.
Here's the thing. We got West Ham after that away, and then we got Fulham at home. If we can try and wrap everything up by that Fulham game, because after that, we got City, Arsenal, Leicester, Villa. That's how we're ending the season. So these 5 games coming up are crucial. Win every single one, and we give ourselves some leeway.
9 points, bro. Next 3 games, 9 points. I don't want to see nothing less.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what, boys? There are players that really, really need to look at these fixtures as a way to say, I haven't had the best season. It's time I really produce over the next 5 games and really put myself out there. And I'm talking about Christian Pulisic in the next 5 games. I want impact because let's face it, boys. Yes, 2-0 against Atletico Madrid. Really, the counter-attacks that we did right at the end, we should be 3-4 up. There were many chances right at the end. Callum Hudson-Odoi missed a few. Pulisic missed a few. I want these boys to be hungry. You got to be clinical. You got to put them away.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
We've seen Ziyech come out and say, you haven't seen the real Ziyech yet. We've heard Kai Havertz come out and say, I'm over it now. Let's get going. So, we're starting to see a couple of them say, right, we're going to show you what we're made of now because it's squeaky bum time. I know we haven't really turned up this season. Your Kais, your Ziyech's, your Werners, all of the forwards really. But now they're going to be like, all right, we're here. Now now you need us, we're going to come. And that's what I need to see. Now that we need you now. Do you know what I mean? We've got to this point without a lot of you performing. Now we need you to turn up. I need Ziyech to start slapping in masterclasses in the Champions League. I need Kai Havertz to start finishing. I need Pulisic to start, showing that form that he showed after lockdown last year. I need Callum Hudson-Odoi to be more decisive on the counter-attacks. I need everybody to turn up. Because in that Champions League run, when we won it, there wasn't a single player that didn't turn up. Whether it was Solomon Kalou off the bench, whether it was Fernando Torres against Munich coming on off the bench.
Ryan Bertrand,
bro. Ryan fucking Bertrand.
He did a mad job. He did.
Left wing in Munich. People forget.
How we beat Munich, I don't know. How the hell did we beat Munich?
Can you imagine the Champions League final and Ryan Bertrand is your left winger?
Outrageous.
Oh, days.
But he did a job. He did a job, bro.
He did, yeah.
Fernando Torres come off the bench, wasn't having the best of seasons, won the corner, Mata swings it in, Drogba header. Kalou, very important. Mikel Basingwa had to play centre-back.
Yeah.
At times.
With David Luiz.
There's no room for passengers. Even the penalty shootout to win it. Ashley Cole had to step up and tuck that in. David Luiz had to slap that home.
Important goals from Ramirez. Ramirez, important goals in that whole.
Mikel was unbelievable in Munich. Mikel was unbelievable in Munich. People forget. Unbelievable. Like, there is no room for passengers. If you're going to win a Champions League, the whole team has to be on point. There's no room because at any moment they can get called upon. We never know who's going to get suspended and injured. We still have who's a couple games for suspension. I think Kova is one. Is it cancelled out now? But I know last night.
No, it's cancelled out. Everyone's available now.
It's cancelled out. Who's on the yellow? Havertz, I think, is on the yellow now.
Kova was definitely on.
Kova was, but I think it gets all cancelled out. In the quarterfinals, it's a clean slate again. I could be wrong.
Oh, is it?
I think, it's clean slate now. From here, you get counted again. I'm pretty sure it's clean slate from here on. But you know what? I just wanted to add, I want to get your boys' thoughts on this, both of you guys. Some of these players, we are going to start seeing their characters. Like Pulisic is one. Obviously, we saw last season off the back of the lockdown, brilliant character. But I want to see the same character because I don't want it to be an anomaly. I don't want that season to be, that was just a one-off. Pulisic was just on his game at that time. I want him to do it again because the great players do it over and over and over again. They keep proving everyone wrong. Callum Hudson-Odoi is one because that 2012 team that we are talking about right now and that we are reminiscing about, that had legends, man. That was full of legends. That had Frank Lampard. That had Didier Drogba, Juan Mata, Mikel, Ramirez. These were all legends, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that
they were legends before that. This team can become legends if they get themselves together. They really can.
Exactly. But currently, the only legend that you can probably single out is probably, you'd say, Kante and Azpilicueta as proper Chelsea legends that you can say. Yeah. Obviously, Thiago Silva is a legend on his own ways, so that's separate. But some of these players, we're going to start seeing their characters. I want to know, what you guys have to say as well, because sometimes we're a little bit tippy-toeing around some of these players, but I feel like we need to start talking truth about them, and not saying that we need to go out there and put massive pressure on them, but I think we need to start saying that, what kind of caliber of players that Chelsea truly need. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really like the characteristic of Kai Havertz, how he's come back from his injury, from the disease. And he's got his head down and he's working hard. Timo Werner, with all the shellacking and flacking that he's been getting in social media, he puts his head down and works hard. Ziyech slowly trying to come back. So, I want to know what you guys think about some of these players. They really gotta come good.
I mean, my like I said, my expectation was quarterfinal with this group of players and for the quality that I saw in the squad. If they surpass that, and dare I say it, if they do a madness and win it, then they would have exceeded my expectations as players. And then I would be like, okay, cool. You are Chelsea level. If you take us to a semi-final, you are Chelsea level. That is Chelsea level for me. Quarterfinal is what I expected from a group of players where some of them I think are good enough. Some of them I didn't think were good enough. And I think they were, they needed to be on their way out. If this team take us to the semi-final, that is a step above what I was thinking would happen. And I would say, okay, if you can get us to the semi-final, then you've proved your point. You're Chelsea level and we can proceed. Do you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I see it. I don't know about Younes.
Yeah, no, I'm very similar. At the beginning of the season, I think we all thought quarterfinal should be the aim, to go one step further, without a doubt, and to at least get back to that level, which we've done now. The thing is now, especially after last night's game, we needed the players who were going into uncharted territory, many of them, except for Azpilicueta, you could say. Only Azpi's been in that situation before. Ziyech has been there with Ajax, but not with Chelsea. But he's been there, so the experience counts. Everyone else, though, new territory. And the way that they put everything on the line yesterday, and many of them had, you could say, probably their performance of the season. They stepped up when they needed to step up. And that was the big question mark that I had, was, are these lads mentally going to be able to cope? We didn't just cope. We dominated. And that's a really, really positive thing to see in a group of lads, especially with players in that team that we thought were outcasts. We thought finished. They're not going to perform. It's done. They've come into this team now. And especially after last night, they've shown exactly what they're capable of. That gives me faith. That quarterfinal, even beyond that, we're capable. We can do it. So, yeah. And just to add on as a bonus, if seeing as now we're in the quarterfinals, we get past that, you get to the semis. If we can get to the point of winning the whole thing, Haaland will become a Chelsea player. So if Chelsea do want extra incentive for getting Haaland, win the Champions League, because there is no way he's saying no after that. No way.
Imagine Tammy Abraham goes, no, I don't want to win it. I don't want him to take my spot.
I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys know an account. I mean, let me know in the chat if you do. But there's an account on Twitter called Jam Dog. Massive Rüdiger stan.
Oh, he must be having the time of his life.
Yeah, he just DM'd me saying, I won. That's what he DM'd me saying.
I won.
Like he is Rüdiger's biggest supporter on that platform that I've seen anyway. He just messaged me on Twitter being like, yeah, I won.
Game. You know what? Just quickly on Rüdiger as well, boys. Literally not that long ago, the abuse that he copped. Obviously there's a clip that's been going around off the back of pre-match Atletico Madrid, how he addressed Matt Law, and he said, understand it. And honestly, look, I don't want to get into the whole debate about Matt Law's article, true and this and that. Maybe it probably was true. Maybe he was a bully. I still find it very difficult to figure out who he's actually bullying in the Chelsea team. But that's not the point. I just loved you know there's a burning desire inside of Rüdiger. And you can tell he's been affected by that particular article and the abuse he copped. And the moment he heard Matt Law's name, his demeanor changed, and he could not wait for this guy to speak. And he could not wait to lay the smackdown on him right at the end. And the way he said, you understand it. And oh my God. And then he goes on to put that performance against Atletico Madrid, where he literally, got Simeone to sub off, Suarez, because Suarez had no answer to Rüdiger. And then what he did with Hermoso as well. I mean, we really need to go out there and just, honestly, we need to thank this guy, because whenever he's done bad, we've taken the opportunity to smash him. I know I have last season or even this season. But now in every opportunity I'm getting, I'm praising this guy because he deserves the praise, man. It's too easy to abuse some of these players, and it's too easy to slander them. But sometimes I feel like it seems like it's very hard to praise some of these players. So go out there and praise some of these players, man. Honestly, they deserve it. They deserve all our support now.
It's not just Rüdiger as well. You look at the other lads. You look at Alonso, for example. Outstanding. Especially yesterday, unbelievable the amount that he ran. It's just these players that you thought were dead. You thought they were finished. And putting in a performance like that. What I suggest, though, if we go on to win the whole thing, I want Matisse to put a Rüdiger shirt behind him.
Matisse, tell me you got a Rüdiger shirt. Tell me you have a Rudy shirt.
I don't.
Younes, we'll buy him a Rudy shirt. We're
getting him a Rüdiger shirt.
If we win it, he knows the spot is there waiting for him. Then I'll be
fair play.
If he
this is what I like about Matisse.
If he wins it, I'll be fully on board. Cool. Do your thing, bro. 100%. We'll put the personals aside. Do your thing.
By the way, Matisse. That comment is quite interesting. We should probably talk a little bit about that. Carrasco subbed off. I didn't notice Carrasco.
I didn't even know Carrasco was playing. I didn't even know.
Absent.
Carrasco was playing? I didn't know Carrasco was playing.
That's news.
Many of their attacking threats completely nullified, which surprised me. To an extent, I thought they were going to come at us and really try and overload it. They were really going to probably have a little bit more of the ball. We didn't just shit house it. We outwitted them. We were tactically superior. We done everything just much better than them. It's just perfect.
This is the thing is, we didn't shit house it. We actually didn't. We played good football.
We played good football. Absolutely.
We controlled the game. We, as Pep says, they use possession as a means and a ways of controlling the game and defending.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. As we've been doing under Tuchel, you keep the ball and it works as your best defense, because if you have the ball, the other team don't. It's as simple as that. If you have the ball, they cannot score. It's not possible. It is literally impossible for them to score. So I thought that was impressive. And I also, on players performing or potentially overperforming to our expectations, like Rüdiger, like Alonso, many others as well. I think that is the hallmark of a great manager. I said the same with Klopp at Liverpool. I said Wijnaldum is not, he's not a world-class midfielder in my opinion. You look at how he was at Newcastle. I don't think that if he goes to a Europa League team, I don't think that Wijnaldum is potentially, looking like one of the world beaters. He's not, if we talk about world class, we talk about Toni Kroos, we talk about Luka Modric. We don't talk about Wijnaldum. Let's be real. You look at, he took Robertson from Hull. Now he's probably up there, the best left back in the Premier League. You look at so many names I could reel off that he's brought into that club. And he's, turned a team into superstars and won the major trophies. And that is, for me, it starts with Klopp. The standards start with Klopp. He rose the standard. If another manager goes in, I promise you, Liverpool are not in a title race with that team. They're not. They are probably in a top 4 race. Just a very good Premier League team. But that team, for me, Klopp is the most important player in that squad. And I think Tuchel will soon become, hopefully, the same at Chelsea, where he is the most important person in the team. That is what we need, really. Because for most of the time Roman's been here, the manager hasn't been the most important person. They've been the person that you can take out. You can sack them, move on, and everything stays the same. If the manager now becomes the most important person in the team and he is levels above the playing squad, and it's not to say the playing squad isn't good, but it's just to say that it's very clear that the manager is the epicenter of everything good that comes out of that team. He is the one that raises the levels. He's the one that gets the best out of the team. If we can get that, then you're on to something. Because then you can't just say, oh, we're just going to sack this guy and move on. Because he is the one that's getting the best out of players that you didn't really rate that highly.
I just hope, Matisse, that our board doesn't do him dirty. I just hope that the board has learnt as well over the years, all of the different, managers that we've gone and come in and whatnot, that it is a bit of give and take. Obviously, Tuchel will have to, work with the board and cannot always just butt heads. But I just hope the board doesn't, does allow him as well. Do you know what I mean? Allow him that freedom, because a relationship is not one way sort of street. You need both of them sort of combined together to come and play. You can't have in a relationship one particular, party overpowering the other one. It's just not going to happen. So I just hope everything that you said, Matisse, that it's true, but at the same time, the board has a massive part to play, that they're there and they're listening to Tuchel as well. If Thomas Tuchel goes up to the board and says, look, guys, these are the X, Y, Z different areas that I need to upgrade for the upcoming season to freshen up the squad, because yes, we might be all high at the moment thinking that all of these players are doing well. Maybe we don't need any more inclusion, but I feel like every season you need a bit of an uplift. You need new faces to come in to just get everyone up. You look at what Mason Mount said this season when he saw all of those names, Havertz, Werner, Ziyech come in. He goes, you know what? I'm going to have to lift my game. I got some big boys coming into that team. I've got to lift my game.
And he did lift his game. He did lift his game.
So if you don't have fresh faces coming in, some of these players sometimes just become stagnant. They think, you know what? It's all right. There's no competition. So I just hope that if Tuchel does go up to the board and says, I need this, this, and this, I hope that the board does oblige and then negotiates with him that, look, I can get you this and this, maybe this one, the window after. Do you know what I mean?
We've spoken about it. I think if this team continues to defend how they've been defending, potentially you don't need defenders. Especially if you're keeping this formation. If you're not, then the jury might still be out, because I haven't seen the likes of Christensen at centre back in a 2. I haven't seen, I haven't seen a partnership now under Tuchel in a 2, because we've been playing a 3 the whole time. So then maybe it changes. But I think with the centre backs we've got coming through the youth, I think it suits us to play a back 3. I think Mark Gay, he's been playing back 3 all season. I think Ampadu, the same as well. So I think it actually suits us going forward to play a back 3. If we're gonna play good football anyway, then what difference does it make? Why switch? Yeah. The reason why I've always wanted to play 4-3-3 is because I know it creates triangles. I know build-up wise, we're gonna play good football. I know that's probably the easiest way to build up play as well, because the holding midfielder can drop into the centre backs and we can build up play through that. It's always been the style of football I want to see. But if you're gonna play great football in a back 3, then keep the back 3. The only reason why I didn't like the back 3 is because of what Kante showed me. Sufferable. Walking away to Man City, 1-0 defeats. If you're gonna, first season it was great. Second season, diabolical. If you're going to give me a back 3 that play good football like this, keep it. Don't change formation. Everybody's talking about what formation. Keep the formation. Keep it. Don't change it. And then keep the centre backs in this formation. And then you really don't need to, maybe you don't need to add to it. The midfield, I think, I don't know what's going to happen with Gilmour if he's going to go out on loan next year, because he hasn't got any game time this season under Tuchel, because he's been bottom of the pecking order. If he's not going to get any game time, I think he should go out on loan, because he's talented enough to play. Maybe you potentially still do get a midfielder in, because all of these midfielders are...
I hope we get Ruben Loftus-Cheek back, Matisse.
Do you know what? Bro, that is the dream. I can't lie to you. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's realistic, but I would love to see Loftus-Cheek playing at the same level he did under Sarri, under Tuchel now, and linking up with Hudson-Odoi like he did in that Europa League run. Because Loftus-Cheek, when he's at his best, or when he was at his best under Sarri, was unplayable. Unplayable. I don't know if it's too late. I don't know if it's too far gone. I wouldn't bank on it, and I would certainly still look to maybe buy outside for that position. I think Conor Gallagher could potentially suit Tuchel quite well as well. But I want the best of the best anyway. I want the best of the best. So we've got a lot of youngsters already in this squad. Unless they are going to challenge the 11, I'm not interested. And then go and get Erling Haaland. I think we've got enough playmakers, but go and get Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland, no matter how this season ends, we will need Erling Haaland. There's no...
That's so true.
Yeah, there's nothing that can happen from now until the end of the season that will tell me that we don't need Erling Haaland. I don't care who scores the goals. We need Erling Haaland. Simple as that. That there would be an incredible signing on its own. That would make a massive difference. Even to the mentality of this team. We keep speaking about trying to shift the mentality. And obviously, last night they showed us a different mentality. Erling Haaland's mentality to lead the pitch from striker, his mentality is ridiculous. That would just make everybody stand taller. It
would fit right in. It would fit absolutely spot on. Another thing that if we're talking about like formation and the way that we've been playing and all of that, one aspect where I think it needs credit, and I don't think it's mentioned enough, you see the way that we're able to play out of the back now. You see many teams try it. Many teams are trying it, and they fail. You know, you look at the way that Arsenal recently have been trying to do it with Xhaka, and just a blunder after blunder after blunder. And, you know, Leno has to pick up the pieces, and the defense is all over the place. With us, we were horrible earlier on in the season in terms of playing out the back. You saw the amount of times we complained about it, and we were like, oh, my God, we'll just mistake after mistake here. Look how well we're playing out of the back now. We're flawless. You just know when the ball's with Mendy, when the ball goes to Mendy, and he passes it to one of his centre-backs, you just know it's okay. Or he passes it to Alonso or to Reece James, you just know it's okay. And whoever it is, no matter what the pressure is, we always just seem to play it around. And with such composure and ease and such organisation and great flow, great pace, great speed, beautiful. Just it goes to show, again, Thomas Tuchel and what he's managed to do since coming in being able to drill these guys, not just, you know, be a top manager tactically, but he's drilled them to such a point in such a short amount of time. I can't wait for next season. I can't wait to the end of the season, let alone next season. Bring it on. Bring it on, man.
Spoon, knife, and fork is not the solution. Carry on, Miz.
I saw that comment. I was like, I hope Matisse brings that up, because spoon, knife, and fork, honestly, for that 1 week, every single fan in Chelsea was so gassed that this kid was signing.
Was it because he did a back heel or something?
I don't know what he did. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know. All I know is that
he's still doing his GCSEs. Let him finish his childhood before you start talking about.
All I know, Matisse, this lad was taking some autographs with Marina, and the whole fan base was going ballistic, like he was going to be the next Diego Costa for us. And I'm like, who is this player? Who is this guy? Who is this kid? And you know what? Since Tuchel's come in, I don't even know if I don't even think this boy is in London anymore. He's pretty soon. He's probably going to be shipped off to Vitesse or wherever. Yeah, just like all the other, academy players that go. But anyway, that's not what we were going to talk about. We were going to say.
I'm doing the Jose Mourinho. I'm doing the Jose Mourinho to these Aguero. To all these Aguero links are just getting the Jose Mourinho. No.
What is this? What is this?
Less of that. No. But boys, I don't know about you guys. I've never seen a bigger impact of when a manager has come in mid-season. I mean, how did we go from not being able to play from the back to being absolutely silky, beautiful playing from the back? How did we go from not letting any goals, like from letting goals in left, right, and center, to not letting any goals in now? It's like,
bro, it is. Listen, it is quality
not be
coaching.
penetrated.
It's quality coaching and it's experience coaching, and that is the levels of management. And I kept saying people were underestimating the importance and the need for managers at football clubs, whether it's Pirlo, whether it's Oli, whether it's Lampard. Unfortunately and respectfully, people kept underestimating the role of a manager at a football club and saying, oh, you could just buy loads of world-class players because Zidane done it and won a Champions League, and then you don't need a world-class manager. At the end of the day, as I said, that 2-week period where we beat Morecambe and I didn't see any improvement for the Fulham game, we did our shows, the Leicester game, that was when he had to go. Because as far as I'm concerned, we can keep talking about all these players, but you can get something out of this squad very evidently and clearly. And it's gone to show. When you have a top manager, I don't mean to be arrogant, but I am a top manager. I think I am the special one, you know?
Bro, clip that, bro. Please clip that.
I think I am the special one, you know? European champion.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
What do I have to prove in this country? So Alex Ferguson won Champions League. Who else? Nobody. Just me. What else do I have to prove? Nothing.
Yeah.
That is what I'm talking about. Top management, top coaching.
I think
that is what can happen.
A lot of people underestimate, as you said, exactly what a manager's role at a top elite level club is. It's not Sunday league. It's not just, I'm going to walk into the office, put an 11 on a piece of paper and wait for the weekend to show up. That's not how it works, you know, or I'm going to go onto the training ground, put a few cones out and let's get the boys running and then we'll go into a game, 4-4-2. And
Younes, be the coach, bro. Please be the coach.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not what a manager is. That is a pub manager.
And this is why I say and you can tell Tuchel knows what he's talking about and what he's doing. Every single interview, press conference, he speaks in immense detail. It's not the players didn't run hard enough. The game starts with the yards you run. You know, you got to put in the 100% running and talk to us about the finer details of the game tactically. Yeah. That is what I want to see, and that is what he's doing. So it's incredibly impressive. And before we wrap up, because I don't want to make it too long today, just for the fact that I have to do a stream at 1 with rants, which I'm going to need to have energy for because I need to go and do serious Chelsea prop. I really do.
Yeah, please.
I really do. I need to do it justice and do serious prop. And also on the playback, it will be a lot easier on the people coming back if they see us an hour 15. They see us an hour 45, maybe like, damn it, I don't know if I'm able to squeeze this one in today. I've got to take 2 lunch breaks, and I don't need people getting fired. Someone said Brozier at Vitesse, he's banging in the goals. I mean, listen,
just
Haaland.
There you go.
Haaland.
There you go.
Brozier or Haaland?
No problem.
Which one?
I mean, because someone said Brozier could be third choice. Well, I'm not trying to get rid of Giroud. Werner's not going anywhere because Bieber's just signed, and Kai Havertz can play up there as well. So there's no space. Yeah. I'm not selling Giroud. And I'm okay. I'm okay if the manager doesn't have Abraham in his plans. That's fine. But I'm not getting rid of Giroud. Personally, I don't think that's a good idea. Someone just said Harry Kane. I mean, Harry Kane could be a good option after Haaland, but that's not going to happen because Tottenham don't negotiate with Chelsea. If you've seen the saga between Chelsea trying to get Luka Modric, you would know that. So we won't be getting Harry Kane.
And then we took William from them.
Yeah, Tottenham fans would burn down Daniel Levy's house in broad daylight if they sold us Harry Kane. So that won't be.
Right.
Mourinho would be in the ground like, my job here is done.
Yeah, like that is why I don't entertain Harry Kane links, because we will not be getting Harry Kane.
London is blue. I'm gone.
No chance. You're more likely to get Lukaku. You're not getting Harry Kane. I'm telling you that now. So there's that level of transfer from Tottenham to Chelsea is simply not going to happen. I think Harry Kane to Man City, that's a discussion. That is a discussion. He would suit Pep's football, I think, even more than Haaland, if I'm honest. With his link-up play, the way he drops deep. So I think that if Man City get Harry Kane and Chelsea get Erling Haaland, that would be ridiculous.
That would be a good clash. But you know what? I mean, they still have KDB and Harry Kane. I think that's going to be quite tasty for them. Yeah, we do need someone with Haaland. You know that very Ziyech. Hopefully, some of these players, Ziyech, Kai Havertz, and Mason Mount, all these players.
So they should. Yeah, we've got a lot of creative midfield. We've got a lot of creators behind the striker. They just need to step up. Whether it's Kai Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, we've actually got enough. We just need them to deliver. We don't need to sign anyone if they deliver. So I'm waiting. Just to wrap up the show, Younes, final thoughts. Let them know where to find you. All that good stuff.
We're buzzing. We're happy. We've had a good chat. We've had a good meal. We've had a good morning. We've had a good night. We've had a good end of season so far. We've had a good life.
Bro, I need more Champions League ties, bro. Can you imagine?
Mate,
Champions League final, Younes watch along. Oh my!
Oh, I said this.
You have to invite us.
I said on the watch along yesterday. I said if after we scored the second goal, I'm like, look, if we get to the final, this is going to be like magnificent. I'm going to have to change the setup. I'm going to have to bring people on. It's going to be an event. Like, it's going to be an event. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed we make the final. But I'm just saying, if we somehow can go on and get a Champions League again, two-time.
I think we'd have to pull an emergency all you can eat Chelsea episode as well.
It would have to be done as well, yeah. It would have to be done.
That particular night,
I'm not
put
sleeping.
It all down for YouTube
I'll
content.
stream for 6 hours. I'm not sleeping. I'll do my review with Damien and Nita. You guys do your reviews, your video.
And then we jump in on here.
And then we come here and we drink.
And we don't sleep. We party. We see everyone's parties. We do live shows. We bring in guests. The lot.
I don't care. I'll go until the next morning. I
might have to stream from like if I don't know if clubs are going to be open. I might have to stream from there. It's dance floor, like, yes, come on, get in.
Oh my god, bro, it would be unbelievable.
No, I'm kidding. No, but look, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, tomorrow is the draw of the Champions League, so we'll see who we get. But yeah, aside from that, I will be doing a live stream for the draw. I don't know if you guys are going to be doing the same thing, but it's a good idea to do so, I reckon. So, yeah, you can find all of us pretty much, well, me, Younes Talks Football, right here, as you can see, if you're not already. And, same time next week, where hopefully we're in the semi-final of the FA Cup.
Is it 11 a.m. UK time, isn't it?
11 a.m., yeah.
Yeah.
I see your attack and pattern. Interesting. Miz, the other side of the coin. Where can they find you, bro?
Yeah, a few things. First of all, I thought I saw close to 850 people at one stage watching here. Please, guys, humble request to each and every one of you guys, to about 728 that are on right now.
Smash the like button.
Please smash that like button. This is the best Chelsea show. That's why you guys keep coming here every week, and you guys are looking forward to this every single week. And that's what we've got, close to 800 people. So please smash that like button. Get it to at least 700 likes. That's number one. Number two, you can find me at the other side of the coin. I'm getting very close to 4,000. So help me get there. Things have been pretty good in recent times. So yeah, help me get to 4,000. And lastly, UK 7 p.m. tonight, I'll be having a Dortmund fan, a Bayern Munich fan, a Liverpool fan. A few Chelsea boys are coming in, and we're going to talk about all things Champions League. So yeah, do tune in for that. It'll be interesting as to we'll look at some of the teams that are in Champions League still in the competition, and how the matchups could look like. So it'll be a good conversation. So if you're interested, come along for that.
Yeah. Link is in the chat for you, Miz's channel. Get him to 4K. Smash the like button. Subscribe to this channel as well. We just hit 11K yesterday. Thank you so much. Make sure you're subscribed to Younes. I'm sure you're already subscribed to Younes. Let's be real.
By the way, Younes hit 60,000. I just saw someone comment
Did he just hit 60? So listen.
Yeah, this morning, 60K.
Everybody's hitting milestones. So Younes just hit 60,000. I just hit 11. Let's make sure Miz hits 4. The link is in the chat. The link is in the description. Go and subscribe, like the video, do all the things you know you need to do, get it done, and 500 likes, or we're not coming back for international break. Because there really is, international break's going to be such a calm me down, but we're going to try and entertain you as per usual. Final super chat before we head out. OS says 2012 rearranged is 2021. I might cry, boys. It's ours, Haaland, the summer. On Twitter, I'm joining Champions League winner. Well, listen.
I like that.
I'm going to remain calm and collected until I see the draw. And then if I see the draw and we've got a good draw and we're on the right side of life, then I might just join in. Like I said, if we get to the semi-finals, you're going to see a very different energy from me. Right now, I'm staying very calm because we're in the quarters, you know, but we're not quite in the semis yet. So we're in the quarters. That's a good round, but we're still not quite there. If we get to
it's a good thing to know that if we do end up winning the Champions League, but the season after that, we're going to win the Europa League. So,
and with that, I've just been confirmed of 2 European trophies in the next 2 years. So I'm delighted, people. It's been real. All you can eat Chelsea every Thursday at 11 a.m. UK time. You already know what time it is. Catch me on Rance's channel at 1 for Chelsea propaganda with the rivals. And obviously on Dammy's channel at 4 or 5. I haven't decided yet because I think we might have to move that, Dammy. You'll expect a DM from me very soon. It could be 4 p.m. I'm not going to lie to you, but I will see you guys on those other 2 channels as well. In a bit, people. Peace.
See ya.